things suck right now in the United States. It could always be worse, of course. These are first world problems, but they're pretty big first world problems. You have a dwindling job market, a crap housing market, and a pretty damn bad economic situation all around. Now, life is full of, stresses, and sometimes these low points happen, and it's kind of just like life getting bad. And while we always want to push for change, while we're doing that, we always want to find ways to distress, to get away from the stress of reality. And some of us, myself included, play video games to do that. So, imagine the sheer frustration that I feel, and others like me feel, when a bunch of faceless, bureaucratic, corporate fat cats and their shareholders and investors start lobbying against the one movement that's been making waves in the legal scene when it comes to preserving our video games, even after service for them has ended. I can't really describe how frustrated I feel, because I on the one hand I want to rant about it, but at the same time I just don't feel like that's really going to do much good anymore, because these people, these corporate pieces of shit, are the most deplorable, detestable people, second only to the depraved of society, like murderers and people of that caliber, of that deplorable, you know what I'm trying to say, because they work off greed, and the sheer greed that leads them to the hubris to believe that they should have control over anything consumers do. I should own my games. You, if you play video games, should own your games. And the instance that a game were to be taken down, we deserve, as gamers, some kind of recompense. Now, an argument I've seen from a few people, not like in the sphere of what's going on with Stop Killing Games and in between the ESA, but regular people, is that, well, you played the game, you got your value out of it. Like, no, that doesn't work that way. Video games have often, if not all the time, have a level of replayability, which makes them a persistent product. And thus, it should not ever be taken away from you. Even if it wasn't a persistent product, it shouldn't be taken away from you. That'd be like saying if Nintendo were to come after you after they say, okay, you can no longer own Star Fox 64, and if you have a cartridge of Star Fox 64, that'd be like them kicking down your door, slapping you in the face, and then taking the cartridge away from you before you can blink. So needless to say, I am in full support of Stop Killing Games. I think everyone should be in support of Stop Killing Games, because it fights for the preservation of video games, but also for consumer rights in this regard. And you can bet your ass that these corporate assholes don't want you or me to have any control in with our digital entertainment. They want to own that shit. And one of the ways that they benefit is by making sure that you're always playing the newest thing or always buying the new things. And they just don't care. They're not gamers. They do not give a single fuck about whether or not you're playing, whether or not you're enjoying yourself, or whether or not your video games are, what's the word? Bringing you happiness, I guess. So it's always important to spread the word and make people aware that we have to continue fighting back against these disgusting corporate fat cats. And I'm kind of like a really, really tiny creator, but I've got friends and I know a few people who watch my stuff. So if you are watching, push in some way for Stop Killing Games, even if it's just joining their Discord or like just talking about it, just having simple discussion about it keeps the movement, moving forward. Just simple discussion. and or just doing what I'm doing, talking about it and putting it out there. So that's it. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, or else I'll risk repeating myself like I do in other videos without a script. So yeah, support Stop Killing Games. Bye.